Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm gonna start this by saying I hope you all have a wonderful day. And with that being said, let's get into the video.
Pick me girls. The women who are like, I don't really care. I let my boyfriend do whatever he wants to do. And like, I don't get upset if like he goes out with his buddies and doesn't answer me all night, or I don't I don't really care if he goes for days without talking to me, or and you listen to that and you're like,
So you have no needs.
yes, not only that. So you have no needs, but you are also trying to gaslight me out of the validity of my own needs. Like, you want to be okay with your boyfriend not being communicative and not being respectful and not being loving and caring and considerate? Be okay with that. That doesn't mean I don't have the right to have an issue.
You absolutely do, and yet they're not the ones talking about you, you are the one talking about them. You are also the ones coming up with shaming tactics or name calling because you don't agree with what they do or what they believe in. And know who you're talking about, they're not the pygmies, or not just them. Pygmy is a name you gave to all women who still believe in moral values. They still believe in relationships. You don't, and that's absolutely fine. But just as they leave you alone, maybe you should leave them alone and focus more on yourself.
You noticed as a single woman in your 30s or after 30s that people who have children and families think that their priorities are more important than your priorities? I already know this is going to be a yes because I was thinking, oh, is the person who I'm talking about going to know I'm talking about them? No, because this has happened to me so many times with so many friends that it could be literally about any of them. Not all of them.
Okay, let me get this right. Just because you think TikTok don't know who your friends are, it's okay to bash them online because you're such an amazing friend, are you not? And yes, their priorities are more important to them because, first of all, it's their priorities, and second of all, their priorities involve something more than just laying your bed making TikToks, and they're even more important when someone else relies on them. Them taking care of their own kids, yes, it should be a huge priority.
This whole adult thing was like fun. It was cool. I would like my mom to pick me up now. I want to go home and not like my apartment home, like her home. I just want to move back in. It's not what it's been hyped up to be, you know? Next chapter, I'd like to revisit the old chapters. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. If you do move back in with your mom, tell her to teach you some common sense or manners, whatever you wanna call them. Who here wants to bet she's gonna start crying when it's time to do her own taxes? Regardless if you want to move back in, no one is stopping you. Just stop complaining and get to it. This single life, living on your own, it's well too glamorized because, oh well, someone needs to make money renting you some place. If you can handle living by the rules your mom has for her own place, go ahead and move back in. Save yourself some money until you're somewhat financially stable, and from that point forward, adult life is not going to look as hard as it does today. But you should still make your mom teach you some common sense a priority.
Ever since I learned to tell the difference between, wow, that was such a fun date, and wow, I was so fun and he was just there, I have become celibate.
Yeah, that's great, but at the same time, that's no one's loss.
This is for the girls who don't feel validated at the fact that their boyfriend doesn't post them. So let's say you bring it up to him and he just like is like, oh, I don't use social media, or like, I don't know. You know all the dumb excuses. Men love to show off. That's just in their nature. It's who they are. Men typically care about three things in life: how much money they make, the car that they end up driving, and the girl that they ended up bagging. If this man is not making it known that he's dating you, red flag. And I'm gonna tell you why.
No, you're not, even though I think you do believe that you're some expert on men. Sleeping with a bunch of F-boys doesn't make you an expert. Well, maybe an expert on the antibiotics and which ones to use in which situation you may end up in, but that's still not much of an expert. To go with the beginning, it's not my job as a man to make you feel validated. My job is to make you feel protected, safe, loved, and respected. Your point is, even if he doesn't use social media, he should start, and he should validate your feelings by posting you, that pretty much tells everyone what type of person you are. You live through that validation you get from social media. And that's why you're single on TikTok complaining about not getting anything from the man you want.
I am so sick of men. So sick of men. I am this close. I either gonna be a lesbian or I'm gonna go to church and become a nun, okay? My DM, I don't even know. Oh, so do you live alone? Yes. Oh, so when you gonna invite me around? Never. Never. Like, just because you don't live alone doesn't mean I'm gonna invite you around to my house to disturb my peace, okay?
Sure, okay, I can pretend I care for a few seconds. Do you really get those many DMs like that or not really? And even if you do, why do you reply to DMs asking you if you live alone? But let's meet contestant number, damn it, only 6? Yeah, contestant number 6, so we'll maybe get a better idea. Nice man who has his stuff together and wants to treat me right. He says hi, and she's not interested, obviously. Mentally unstable, emotionally unavailable man who will ruin my life. Hi baby girl, and she's out of her panties already.
You know what? I cannot believe it's 2024 now, right? And I still don't have a man in my life who would be like, babe, here's 40 quid. Go and get your nails done.
Well, you would if you invite that guy from your DMs over. I mean, yeah, you would probably have to work for the 40 quids, but you do get the 40 quids in the end, so it's a win-win. But I think this is the best video. Would you marry me? First of all, no. And second of all, it's not crazy really, if you think about it. Buying a wedding dress when you don't even have a boyfriend? Nah, of course that's not crazy.
There was a study that said 45% of women ages 25 to 44 are going to be single by the year 2030. And you already know that a lot of the guys are going to have an absolute heyday with this, just another reason to hate on women. But before that happens, I want to talk about the reality of that statistic. It actually makes sense because the average age of people getting married for the first time is going up. Life expectancy is going up. The ability to have a child at an older age has grown thanks to science. And just from a mathematical perspective, if every woman between the ages of 25 to 44 got married at the age of 35, that number would be 50%. And this is just yet another tactic to try to scare women into settling.
Yeah, no. First of all, what? Right now the percentage is at 45, but if more women will get married at the age of 35, the percentage of women being single is going to be 50%. The number will go up. How would the number of single women go up if they get married? And that right there is when I stop listening. That and because of everything you said is also false.
If I come into your life, it's because God wants the best for you.
Even she laughs at the lies she just said.
Hey mom, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. Okay, use protection. I am 15. I'm 30.
Yeah, you should really listen to your mom because she knows what she's talking about.
The last time that I did walk, I took a screenshot. This is a screenshot. As you can tell, some photos down there. I walked for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It was outside, a little bit of hill. So I'm very proud of myself for that. That makes me really just excited. I don't know. I remember a few months ago when I can only do 1 minute and 16 seconds.
People usually wonder where they're gonna end up, hell or heaven. I know for sure I'm going to hell for this. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.